Okay, we're back. That's kind of a shitty welcoming, isn't it? A first message in the game. We're back! Cough, hat, cough. I recorded this earlier, just like the first bit, but I had the, my mic settings were not as they should be for OBS Studio, so the, voice would have been echoed or doubled or whatever. Okay, so we're going back to Bleak Falls Barrow because I had tested it out. The reason why it wasn't showing that effect and I couldn't absorb the dragon shout was because there was some leftover residue from Skyrim Unbound back when I had that installed. And that was like back a million... Like, that was a couple of playthroughs ago. I mean, yeah, it was my very first Dwemerologist, like... Dwemerologist. Because I was, you know, at the time I was mixing and matching and trying different things to see which ones worked better. Just ignore any of the nude corpses that you might see. It's not a big deal. Basically the problem is I had deleted the mod, but I didn't go in to check my mod manager. So, first and foremost, if you have a big script-heavy mod like Skyrim Unbound or Nether's Follower Framework, which I am now using instead of EFF, because EFF was the first one I originally used. I think I explained this on my last recording. When I first played Skyrim, I got that follower mod. It was EFF. And at the time, AFT was brand new, and it was considered, like, the best. Well, now, years later, AFT is no longer supported. It's considered outdated and malignant to your game, so I no longer use that. I don't really use followers for this one. But just the same, if I do happen to, like, pick up Serana or... You know, since I will be doing the Thieves Guild stuff, there's a portion where some of the guild members follow you, you know, like companions. And, oh, there's all my old junk. I like to keep my saves as bloat-free as possible. Anyway, you're probably asking yourselves, why is he going back here? Or actually asking yourself, my one subscriber. I'm going back here to absorb the dragon shout and pick up the dragon stone, because I might actually do at least the main quest, as well as the, Thieves Guild quest. The Thieves Guild will come first because, you know, you become a world-renowned thief, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, I just can't imagine people trusting some random, you know, degenerate, you know, from the bar to save the world. I just don't really see that as a thing. I still don't like this, how, like, the date is off to the side instead of directly under the sundial. That bugs me. I'm pretty sure I had it fixed in my Dwemerologist playthrough. Those damn apprentice... Like they expect you to have leveled up lockpick beyond novice for what is essentially the first fucking dungeon in the game. The first real dungeon. It's certainly the first Dragon Claw dungeon. Okay, so technically Helgen could count as your first obstacle course type fort zone and a dungeon. Ember Shard Mine is right there on your way out, so that could technically be like your first dungeon. But come on, Bleak Falls Barrow is like the first. It's a starter dungeon. I mean, the highest level of lockpick for starter dungeons should just be novice. Then before you know it, they're all like master level, requires key. So you guys have the privilege of watching this once and without my voice echoing. So that would be very unpleasant. There's a YouTube horror narrator I subscribe to who did some live streaming recently, and he didn't really tinker with the settings that well, and his voice was like it was echoing really bad. It was like echo, 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 echo. And people were trying to tell him in chat, and it's like... And to be fair, OBS Studio is very powerful software. I took the bare minimum of time to learn how to do this shit that I'm doing now. And... I mean, it's like with most things. When you learn how to do it, it becomes like, oh, is that all? Like, you know, it's kind of it becomes laughably easy. But I would prefer applications like this that seem challenging, that have too many options. Like people like, oh, Morrowind, I don't like Morrowind, there's too many options. There's too many things to do in Morrowind. Like, I like that. I would rather have too many options than too few options. There's going to be a wolf attack coming up. Well, in my last video there was. It was at nighttime, though. This fucking deranged wolf just comes out of nowhere. I know I have no chance at winning, but I'm gonna go ahead and nip at you and try. Yeah, there he is. There he is. And I'll be selling your... Wait, did that wolf have money on it? It always astounds me when, like, wildlife creatures have, like, actual currency on them. Come on, you cunt. I had crab legs for lunch. Again! More money! Look, I understand in the old school JRPGs like Final Fantasy, farming gil from enemies was really the only way to build up your strength, to get better equipment. I understand that. But in good old-fashioned Western RPGs like Fable Elder Scrolls, Dragon Age. Like, you can do, like, quests and odd jobs to get money. Oh, hello, Slaughterfish. Where are you at? Putting them in Skyrim as an enemy was just pointless. They should have made like a non-hostile Skyrim variant. Simply for the fact that underwater combat does not exist. I mean, it works for the Slaughterfish. But it doesn't work for your player character. How is that fair? Unless you plug in a mod, and these mods just get to be like, oh, more wolves. They're here to welcome us. Come on. Come on, honey. You know, you at least need 4 or more to constitute as a pack. I will be selling your pelts for money. I guess it's better than getting manhandled by some bandits. Getting my face smashed in. You know, even this is Legendary Edition, which, by the way, I have nothing against. On a shitty non-gaming PC, this still looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. It's 9:08 in the morning. It's beautiful. You could tell it's morning time. Where the hell is Falkreath at? Oh. That's their little wood press, or whatever the hell it's called. Wood chopping device. If Elder Scrolls 6 is anything like Fable 3, in regards to being like little to no emphasis on actual like a good plot or combat or blah blah blah, or have a decent, because Elder Scrolls is always focused on all these things. Story, combat, I mean, you can focus on all of them and make a great story. Fable 3 was good up until the end. It was just like the very end was shit. The DLC expansion was pretty good. Because there's a couple of, not poor Khajiit. Oh, he was trying to inhale her remains. Snort it like cocaine. Disgusting. Disgusting habit. Let me sell that for some money. Got some freebies. See if there's anything. Okay. I've never used anything with those sacks of flour, so I'm assuming that they're for cooking. Because I've never really cooked. I never spent time doing Hearthfire stuff. So I've never really sat there and went, oh, I could go for some Potato soup? No, like in the game, if I'm hungry, I will go and just, you know, buy some food. Be it venison from a hunter, or, you know, go to the tavern and get a... So, again, this is a Thief playthrough, a dedicated Thief playthrough. So I'm going to take any and every opportunity to steal shit as possible. I'm going to try stealing nice shit, because we've got enough garbage. You know, garbage comes easy and cheap. Oh, did you see that? He picked a random flower. Oh, he's a monster. Just out of curiosity.
Sure Bones, handsome man in Falkreath.
Oh. She'll say that about an elf, huh? I think she'll bone anyone.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
As long as you're male.
Let me know. I might. Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
That's almost kind of like... I met lots of them while I was a racist. I met lots of them while I was in the KKK. I met lots of them when I was in the Hitler Youth. And to be fair, I don't consider the Stormcloaks any of those affiliations. Other people on the Nexus and Skyrim subreddit, you're a Stormcloak! You must also be a Trump supporter in real life. Yes, because the world begins and ends in American politics. There aren't other countries, there aren't other political affiliations, there aren't other religions. No, it's just America. Why is the hood more valuable than the robes?
Steal.
Hi, welcome. Come on in. Come to my store. If I don't have it in front, I'll check. Take anything from my store, I'll chop your hand off. I know for a fact I read this journal. I don't know why I didn't. Why I didn't update.
Anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Where's Starfang going? Probably walking into an ambush. There's a house up there. Oh hey, it's Maik.
Maik wishes you well. Too much magic can be dangerous. Maik once had 2 spells and burned his sweet roll. What does this mean to combine magic? Magic plus magic is still magic. How does anyone know there was a city of Winterhold? Maik did not see it with his eyes. Did you? Maik is tired now. Go bother somebody else.
Oh, you're tired, huh? Maik is tired now. Fuck off. Cool thing in Skyrim is you can usually tell if it's a Nordic dungeon. These little cairn, like little votive. You can see them outside usually on the road. Alright. Who wants to go to Hammerfell? Lots of snow for Hammerfell. I think this one leads up into Hammerfell. I could be wrong. Physics-defying fox. I like these lesser-seen known parts of Skyrim that you wouldn't normally see because it's like, you know. And the road ends here. I think we're technically out of bounds. This can't be Hammerfell. It's got to be also going into Cyrodiil. I think the Hammerfell gate would be up there. What quest do I have active? Oh. Well, now you know we gotta go and search the bodies and all that for treasure. Might be a special brand of mead. So you don't usually find that kind of mead around in Skyrim. And this is just the upper level of the same house that we were in. Can't even be bothered to have any money on it. No, I don't know where I'm going.
I'll show you a real fight.
Like, I'm not lost. I'm just not in, you know, I don't have any money, I don't have any skills. So I don't really feel like going and getting killed. Some random ass bandit. Oh, Pine Watch, of course. Of course, Pine Watch. Yes, anyone who's ever done the Thieves Guild would know.
Ain't every day we get this. Hadvar? How do you know him? I'd be glad to help a friend of Hadvar. But you didn't answer my question. How do you know him? What? A dragon? In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier. Flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was. A dragon? Here in Skyrim? What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. The finest weapons and armor.
I'm assuming that Hadvar made it, and he's like, hanging out downstairs or something.
Anytime.
Because it would be really weird if he's just kind of... And speak of the devil.
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them. Of course. I know today wasn't the best introduction to the Legion, but I hope you'll give us another chance. The Legion could really use someone like you, especially now. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon,
Okay.
General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
And he's just standing there at the gate. Good job. That, I'm pretty sure, has to do with live another life.
Orgnar. Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's go.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Come on in. Just stoke the
You're
fire.
that visitor.
Take a seat.
Sure
Get
thing.
the cold
It's
out.
yours for a day.
Give me a mug of ale.
Certainly.
Okay. I'm just so lost in contemplation. I have about 1,000, just less than 2,000 gold. And that's not really enough to accomplish squat. I can't really do anything. Nope. Ain't happening. I did learn a dragon shout Or at least I read a word wall. I did pick up the Dragonstone. That does not mean that I am going to proceed with the main quest. Or the Civil War quest. Was that Talsgar? Yeah. Oh. Some help you were. Like, you're 5 miles away while they're trying to take down a fucking giant. Alright, Lydia, I do not fucking need this. Or Ayla, whatever the fuck your name is. I don't need it! Oh, I smell an elf.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Oh, it's everyone's favorite NPC.
Soldier, was it? What brings you to...
I'm here to buy food, Nazim. I suppose you don't need to worry about that.
Owning a farm does have its advantages.
Once I've made enough money trading with... Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day, I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madron. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? Farewell.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. do come back.
I really have nothing to sell. I'm gonna have to make my money by
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents.
Ah!
You'll find tonics, salves, poultices, and potions on my shelves. Browse to your heart's content. Hey, hands off!
Whoops. Whoops.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Green?
We didn't want to do that. I ain't asking for
Once I've made enough. Before my ma and da passed, I told them that one day I met one of the caravan leaders. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading, help you get a fair bargain, and if...
Hey, hands off.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents.
Oh, listen, lady.
Hey, hands How dare you! Cures for all ills.
Oh, she caught me. The guards didn't come in, though.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. If there... You thieving little elf! I knew it!
You thieving little elf. Ah! Ah! Oh shit! She
You prepared to die.
She's chasing me to the ends of the earth. Come on, bitch! I could lure her out to a giant camp. She really wants those potions back.
Found you. Are you prepared to
Very encouraging, guards. Come on. Oh, this bitch is gonna die.
You won't get the best of me.
She is hell-bent on getting her shit back. Come on. Come on, you dumb cunt. We're almost there. Just a bit further.
Prepared to die.
Just a bit further, honey. Come on, you're doing great. Come on. With your shitty little iron dagger. I'm sure we'll do so much damage.
You won't get the best of me. I'll kill you if I to.
She's doing like absolutely no damage. Come on, put her in the Skyrim space program.
Now you'll pay.
Was it worth it? Ah! Oh, shit! Ah! You might be asking yourselves how I ended up like this. I went from being chased by an angry shopkeeper to being chased by a giant and a fucking mammoth.
I don't care. Leave me alone.
I don't have time for this. Now come along quietly and we won't have to.
Ah! Just bunny hop. Just bunny hop all the way back. It's fine. Oh my god. Oh my sweet Jesus, that was harrowing. I didn't die though. I didn't die. She didn't join the Skyrim space program, but she did get her ass handed to her. That flimsy tiny little fucking iron dagger, what did she expect? But I do think I have a key now. I do, let's see here. Yeah! So I basically have my own house. Now, to be fair, I did not attack her. She instigated me. She followed me all the way beyond, you know, and when I rolled the character, it's a constant rampage, and I just took that as meaning Kill at my own discretion. Murder at my own discretion. Or at my own leisure. Do I have a bounty? Oh, yeah, 169. I almost think like murder costs.
Order of the Jarl. Stop right there. Then suffer the Emperor's wrath.
Emperor's wrath. Okay. Like, I think murderers are respected more than thieves are in this world. Yeah, it's too soon to go back. How much money do I have? But see, I don't want them confiscating my goods.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Because everything I worked so hard to steal will get confiscated if I turn myself in.
Talking about the weather. You're not from Windhelm, are you? Oh, steady over.
I wonder if that girl got killed yet. No? Hmm.
Is Ulfric's armor done yet?
Oh, I want to take my time.
Can I help with it? Maybe just the cuirass?
I don't haggle. If you want a lower price, look elsewhere.
Listen, honey.
I did that engraved piece just last month.
This is the royal armor lass. Maybe in a few years.
I'll be fine.
Master, you're far too old for this sort of journey. We don't know what's inside.
I can... just...
You see, you're not well. Have a seat, and I'll fetch you some tonic.
Oh, if there was a tonic that could help me, I would have found it by now.
It promptly locked the doors as I leave.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere. Apparently some Nord women were murdered. Not sure why I should care.
My what now?
You know. Where do you get your goods? I am always amazed at how you...
If you need another drink, I'll be right here.
Oh, just a matter of finding the right supplies.
Well, I'll want to meet them the next time they're around. Maybe you can give an introduction.
I'll consider it. Many of the people I deal with here are secretive. You know how it is.
Of course. I understand completely. You just put us in a room, and I'll do all the talking. No worries at all.
What's new with that Nord family? Have they given you one of those helmets with the horns on them yet?
What do you want from me? I work for them, okay? We're not friends. They pay me, and I get the job done. That's it.
Touchy. Maybe some Dunmer lives in you yet.
Either pour another drink or keep moving hours.
I love the dark elf voices. So this is normally where I would start. If I was doing a Dunmer character. He's from the RDO mod. Well, see, now MFG Console's working on here. Because it says, yeah. Oh, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, save some for me.
There's something you need. Pleasant journey, Samuel.
Oh, he uses the good voice from Dragonborn. My character has gone through the ringer so far. He's run his poor little heart out. And chased by a crazed shopkeeper and a giant. Oh, my plan did work beautifully, though. Got the bitch murdered.
Things have been a lot worse around here since Ulfric took over. Take a look.
Let's see what you got here. I'll take some of those baked potatoes. Not feeling very British at the moment. No Dunmer drinks. What?
Have a seat. There should be plenty of space.
I'm just gonna assume, I'm just gonna headcanon that I'm staying the night here. That they also have a bed I can sleep in. I mean, I could basically do whatever I wanted in this game. Like, no one ever watches these videos. I could cheat to my heart's content and make up a rule on the fly. It wouldn't piss anyone off. Maybe some random purist who happened to stumble upon this video. Although I haven't cheated yet in this video. Maybe that person would get mad. I don't think most people would even care. Where's that homeless chick? I need to, like, train in pickpocketing.
Did you use my good hammer?
No.
Last girl, I told you to leave my tools alone. You have yours, and I have mine.
I didn't touch it.
Hammers don't have legs.
Did you look behind the forge? I think I saw it there.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, I think...
What the hell am I gonna do? Okay, maybe we should just go to Riften.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Because, mind you, I'm still only level 3. And if I try to take on any serious bandit groups, I'm going to die.
Quite a few of them work the docks there. Not sure why. They like swimming in a lake, maybe.
Damn it. What? Were people freaking out? These same two little cunts keep following me everywhere.
So many refuse to talk to us. Take a look.
Sorry, I was sending a text. One. Because let's face it, I'll probably never wear that. Alright, I got all the nightshade extract.
May your road lead you to warm.
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax. For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate. The gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
had another run-in with the Thieves Guild.
Be careful, Leo. The world has Maven Blackbriar at its back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up adrift in jail. Or worse.
The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back.
I can't just
What?
ignore them, Eren.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm glad
you.
they fixed that in
You
the
and Rick been
patch.
looking for trouble.
Shut up, asshole.
Hey, you, get over
I'm
here.
really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time or for double the usual fee.
Here's our penis-shaped castle. We're not wasting any time. We're going straight to the Ratway.
I don't know, Droff. They'd skin us alive if they knew we were doing this.
Why are you always like such a big baby? I've gotten us this far.
This far? We're living in a sewer. You said we'd have a house as big as the...
Ha! Found you!
Oh, what's the matter? You don't like fire? Poor little baby. Poor baby. Poor little baby. Whoops! Sorry for that quick wang shot.
I was sure I heard something.
Sell that. Well, if you played Cyberpunk and Witcher and... There's wangs in his videos.
Here we go.
This looks like it was a execution spot. Mob justice, I'm guessing. Too late. You're already dead. Oh, I did have a level up. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I'm level 5. Oh. I guess all that running for my life paid off.
I have no business with you.
Yeah, you do.
But if you get arrested, don't blame it on
You want to
me.
make money, don't you? And that is officially all my money.
Yeah? Stick with me, and they'll never even know you're there.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities.
Hmm.
If you've got the coin, you've come
You
to
want a
the
drink?
right place. Pull up a seat.
If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
The return of the dragons is not mere coincidence. This is one of the
Running a
signs.
little light in the pockets,
Signs that
lad?
Lady Mara is displeased with your constant inebriation.
Your pockets. They're a little low on coin. I can tell.
Yeah, asshole.
Oh, but that's
It's
where you're
running
wrong,
low.
lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste. I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid. Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Let us all sit in peace.
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. I'll be out in the market all day, from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it. I'll be at the market come morning. You better be there too.
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some cheap mead? No, friend. You got it all wrong. I'm not selling cheap mead. I'm selling good mead for cheap. Blackbriar mead. I sell cases of it for half of what the inns and taverns pay through the meadery. All I need is someone to deliver it for me. If anyone saw me leave Riften, they get suspicious. I need someone to take this small keg of Blackbriar mead to Wilhelm at the Villamur Inn in Iverstead. Drop it off, and he'll trade you something for the delivery. Keep it as payment for the legwork. Oh, and if you bump into Indarin from the meadery, keep your mouth shut. He'd write us out in a second. Good. Now get going. Remember, keep this to yourself.
I'm pretty sure he heard that whole conversation. Melinda, get in here right now. What?
Come to see Bal. Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava. Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold. You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life. Remember, nothing but fire salts will do. The forge knows the difference.
flower picking simulator. You know, I did say that I was going to try to, that I was going to do the, E3 dungeon and show the difference. So I'm going to go ahead and get a ride to Whiterun or Riverwood, whichever.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. When I'm in Whiterun, I always visit the Gildergreen. Never hurts to pay your respects to Lady Kinnereth, particularly in my line of work.
Okay. All right. Just save it, and I'll be right back.